Well, video gamers, the 2021 Game Awards show wasn't necessarily what anyone would consider a smash hit or successful or briskly paced or tolerable, but amidst all the product placement, awkward celebrity walk-ons, and all the various other soggy debris that somehow padded this monstrosity out to a 3.5-hour running time, we got a glimpse into the very future of video game graphics.
Sponsored by Verizon 5G Wireless.
No, Chan, the other parts.
Sponsored by Logitech.
The Matrix part, Chan.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
No, Chan, it was the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 experience. They were their own sponsor.
That's just vulgar.
And in this experience, users were treated to an interactive demonstration of the forthcoming Unreal Engine 5's graphical technical prowess, expressed through the universal medium of Keanu Reeves.
In short order, audience members found themselves observing a near photorealistic real-time recreation of the opening shots of 1999's The Matrix, before transitioning to a new scene that rapidly aged both Neo and everyone watching who had been there for the first one a good 20 years.
In truth, it's extremely fortunate that The Matrix was made when it was, Chen. You realize Neo's screen name is only 3 characters. Those don't stay available for long. If this had taken place even 2 weeks later, he'd have had to have been named something like Neo618 or Neo for real _1999 or Neo but spelled KN 3 E's and a 0.
I'm inclined to say that his boring in-Matrix birth name of Tom Anderson actually aged better, all things considered. But so far as screen names go, Neo is at least preferable to something like Diesel Fart 420.
And that's why you don't recruit your cyber messiahs until they're well out of their teens, Jen. In any case, the substance of the demo really doesn't matter. What does matter is that the demo took place in a sprawling open cityscape that, for lack of clever hyperbole, looked real. Not take one frame out of context and airbrush it and it sort of looks real, not real compared to other games, but literally just flat out like live action film footage. As a professional snark artist, I find it galling. It leaves me very little to work with.
Well, we're not replacing any film crews just yet, Brother Shu. The human characters still looked a bit off, and the physics and conventional animation systems still have a long way to go.
Oh, of course, Chan, I don't want to give the impression that I've completely burnt out my cynicism circuits on this, but just look at the buildings, the lighting. I quite honestly can't figure out how they made it work.
Well, there have been a few technical write-ups on the Unreal Nanite geometry system already.
I've read them, Chan, and you know what I thought about them. That's exactly the kind of gobbledygook I'd be spreading around as a cover story if I had secretly made a blood pact with a dark wizard. None of this should work.
I don't think there's anything sinister there, Brother Shu. It's very sophisticated tech, of course, but mostly just an extremely efficient use of existing resources.
You don't get it, Chen. This isn't the first flashy graphics showcase to be tossed on our plates, but in the past there was always a catch. There were graphics demos that wowed the crowds but were only optimized for a single supercomputer running in an underground research lab in Bavaria, or stuff like the Watch Dogs or Cyberpunk demos which were wholly conjured out of fairy dust and didn't come close to matching the final product, or even previous year's Unreal Engine tech demos that rendered a single figure in stunning detail but didn't mention that it was already using 98% of the GPU to do it. They never accurately represented a real end-user product. And yet, now we have this. It's here, it's playable, it doesn't cause the console to burst into flames, which is already an improvement over Deus Ex Human Revolution. We have a piece of the future resting in our very hands. How can we come to terms with it?
I'm pretty sure the correct response here is not by blaming it on dark wizards.
Good call, Chen. It's far too early to go showing our hands. I'll get the warding talismans ready. Still here, searching for more of our antics? Why, this is the internet, video gamers. Just subscribe and let us come to you.
Also be sure to hit the notifications button, because otherwise YouTube doesn't believe you really mean it.
Trust issues, brother. They've been hurt before.